What's up, Grognards? All I have to say is COWABUNGA because it is that time. It's Magic the Gathering Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles time, and we have a collector booster box here we're getting ready to open, and I thought you might want to come along for the ride, so let's just get right into it. Hop on over here to the Grognard Games Play Mat. Now, that is from Jank Mats. Of course, you can purchase those in store right now, although we may be running low. We may actually even be out, but we are looking into ordering some more. Actually getting a new design soon, so stay tuned for that. Let's get this collector booster open here. Of course, we got Shredder in foiling on the cover. Very much like that. I'm a big Ninja Turtles fan. I've been a Ninja Turtles fan for, well, since I was like 7 or 7, I think. I am of that age, of that generation. I bought, I bought the original wave of Ninja Turtles figures by Playmates. Raphael was my first figure. That made me very happy because Raphael, of course, became my favorite turtle. I don't like what they've done with Raphael in this set, but that's a discussion for another time. So let's just open these packs and see what we can find. And of course, this is going to be, hopefully, some really cool cards, some really cool treatments, lots of foils, all foils. Let's see what we can find here. Purple Dragon Punks, nice. Retro Mutation, Insectoid Exterminator, Jenica, Bad Apple, Big Sister, like that. That's from the IDW comic books run. If you are into modern turtle stuff, Jenica is definitely worth checking out as far as the storyline goes. Dream Beavers, Oya, Death from Above. Ooh, I love that. Last Ronin's Technique. Last Ronin, of course, one of the finest Ninja Turtle stories of all time. More recent story as well. But yeah, just incredible, incredible work. And this is some really nice artwork here by Caleb Muir. So yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Then we have a Command Tower. Very nice with the Channel 6 news in the background there. We got a full art Pizza Planes, Krang and Shredder, Humongous Fungus, Shell Shock, Doubling Season. Nice. Look at that. Okay. Now come on. I mean, that is super cool. That is Kevin Eastman full foil art. That is, recreation of the cover from the very first issue, and it's Doubling Season. So not bad, not bad. Very cool. We got the Krang Mastermind. That looks pretty sweet. And then behind that, we have a art card for Mondo Gecko. Digging that. Digging that. Okay, fine. They look great. And, whether we could have a debate all day about whether or not this is magic and blah, 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 but they look flippin' fantastic. And that Doubling Season is super cool. I mean, pulling a Kevin Eastman art. I mean, I'm not gonna be mad at that by any stretch. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what else there is in store, but that for me is a pretty groovy pull. So it's a radical. It's tubular. Rock Steady. Crash Courser, Pain 101, TCRI building, very cool. Mouser Foundry, Stockman Mad Flyantist, like that. Tainted Treats, Spicy Oatmeal Pizza, Michelangelo Mutant BFF. Very cool. And then we got a Evolving Wilds. We got a Pizza Island. We got the Turtle Van. We got an Exploding Barrel. We got Turncoat Kunoichi. Very cool. Another IDW creation there. And then we got Leo's Katana by Peter Laird. Really like that a lot. We got Raph and Leo, sibling rivals. Very, very nice. And then we've got the food token, and again, that Ninja Turtle spirit token there. So look, the Eastman and Laird art is going to scratch an itch for me, to be certain, because that is just, I mean, that's where it all started, and as someone who has seen all the movies, read a great deal of the comics, watched the amazing documentary that came out a few years back, it's just, there's something kind of woven into my DNA when it comes to turtles. Everybody who's followed along and seen the background knows I collect toys, and naturally there's plenty of Ninja Turtles toys around here as well. So yeah, we'll see what else we can find. Super Shredder seems to be the big hit currently, so we'll see. Mona Lisa, Wingnut, love it. Bespoke Bow, Harmonize, that's kind of cool. I mean, going as far as the coming out of their shells tour. We got a Pizza Forest. We got the Northampton Farm, nice. And not only, of course, was that featured in the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles film, but it is also in the comics. So cool to have that. Baxter, Fly in the Ointment. And Leonardo, Cutting Edge. Very cool. And then the silver-clad Ferocidons, Peter Laird art. Very, very nice. And we got the Mutagen Man. Mutagen Man was one of my favorites as a kid. My mom got me that figure, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And then we got a mutagen token as well as a robot token. So nice foiling on those. Yeah, I mean, again, it's such a weird thing. It's a weird space to talk about a set like this, right? Because mechanically, what it adds to the game, again, we could have that discussion all day long. What it adds to just like the enjoyment of pulling these cards and looking at some of this art and the nostalgia trip is pretty sweet, especially for a Turtles fan like myself. So I'm digging it. It might not be for everybody, but not every Magic set can be for everybody these days. That's kind of the whole shtick, I suppose. Turtle Blimp, Metalhead, nice. Ooh, look at that. April, Reporter of the Weird. That is really nice. It's like almost like stained glass art. Got other characters in the background here. Yeah, that's super cool. Cultivate. We got an island, a surge foil there, treatment almost. Does machines. Very cool. Ooh, we got something really cool back here. We'll get to it. High score. Crown Chuck and Dirtbag. Nice. Eastman and Laird team up card here. Waves of Aggression. Very, very cool. And then we got Renee, Temporal Apprentice. And we got the Copy and Rat token to finish us off. Yeah, again, the Eastman and Laird cards are just, I don't know, like I said, for a fan like me, I think seeing those cards is really, really cool. It's weird because it reminds me a little bit of what we saw with Spider-Man and with what we saw from Avatar. It's not new art necessarily, right? But I don't know. Obviously the property is given an homage to that. We got an April O'Neil, Kunoichi trainee. So that's the IDW April. The different versions of the characters, I love the fact that they decided to do that. Zoo Escapees, Make Your Move. Got a Jenica, Bad Apple Big Sister. Very, very cool. Different kind of treatment from the one we saw earlier. General Trag. Casey Jones, Jury Rig Justicar. Very cool. So all of these, nice. Look at that kind of surge foil treatment on Thriving Grove. We got a Pizza Forest. We got Donatello, Gadget Master. Striped down the middle of that card too. Watsy, I'm giving you a call. Tempestra, Dame of Games. Mikey and Leo, Chaos and Order. Brainstorm. Very, very nice. Turtle Van, and then we got the Mutagen and Ninja token. So we're getting right through this, taking a look, seeing what we can find, seeing what we like, seeing if there's anything going to be super, super cool here that we're just like, holy mackerel, look at that card. That's amazing. I think that there's definitely some really cool stuff in this set, and my hope certainly is that we can bring that out a little bit and kind of, I don't know, see what we can see. There is a Michelangelo the Heart borderless surge foil card that seems to be kind of the biggest right now, the biggest hit. Uneasy Alliance, very cool. Shredder's Daughter there, fan card. A Putrid Pals, love that, Muckman. Got Anchovy and Banana Pizza, gross. Zoo Escapees, Buzzbots, Shredder's Technique, Dimensional Exile, New Generations Technique, very cool. Path of Ancestry, a Pizza Mountain with Raphael's Psy. No, it's not a Psy. Splinter, Radical Rat, Big Mouther Mouser. Big Mother Mouser, my gosh. Mike and Don, Party Planners. Underworld Breach, Don and Raph, Hard Science. And then we'll finish it with a Mutagen token and a Mutant token. See if we can get anything. Our big hit so far is obviously that Doubling Season, which is a super cool looking card. The cover of the very first Ninja Turtles comic ever. There are obviously some other really nice treatments and nice looking cards in here. We'll see what we can pull here. All right. Mind Transfer Protocol. Punk Frogs. Love seeing it. Don't know if that means we're not going to get single cards for them all, but that's fine. Turtle Lair, Rael, Most Attitude. Very cool. Of course, he doesn't have a Psy in his hand, but, I'll get over it. Ash Baron's Surge Foil. We got the Pizza Island. Leatherhead, yeah, nice. Dig Leatherhead. Leatherhead's cool. Leatherhead is cool. Vanquish the Horde. Shark Shredder, Killer Clone. Very cool. We got Sally Pride, Lioness Leader. Cool. And then nice art card. Casey Jones, cartoon version there. Very, very cool. I like that a lot. We will be doing pre-release all weekend long at all 3 stores for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So come on in, get your pre-release kit, hang out, have a good time. Magic pre-releases are always a lot of fun. They're kind of, they're just a big hit. They're the lifeblood of the store in a lot of ways when it comes to Magic and you know, those Friday night Magics, the drafts, any sort of sealed event. I personally love them. So Leonardo Big Brother, April, Reporter of the Weird, Michelangelo, Mutant BFF. We got Jenica's Technique. We got a Surge Foil mountain here, as well as a vibrant cityscape. We got the Technodrome. Very cool. That's nice. Oh, we got another mythic back here. We got Foot Chopper, we got a prehistoric pet, and we got Underworld Breach again, this time in the foil, and that is some really, really nice foil, actually. And then we got Michelangelo Improviser, super cool, another mythic. Digging that one quite a bit as well, actually. Then we got a clue token as well as a treasure token. All right, so we pulled a few mythics in that one pack. We got the mythic Technodrome, we got the mythic Underworld Breach, we got the mythic Michelangelo Improviser. Can't complain, can't complain. What are you most interested in picking up for Ninja Turtles? There's some cool products, including that Pizza Party box, Escape Tunnel, Grounded for Life, Tunnel Rats. You're going to be playing in pre-release. You want to pick up a pre-release kit. Omni Cheese Pizza, one of the Draft Night boxes, Lessons from Life. There's Karai. That's Karai. I couldn't think of her name earlier. Future of the Foot. Very cool. Very, very cool. Courier of Comestibles. All right. Thriving Grove, Pizza Mountain, Don and Leo Problem Solvers, Michelangelo Improviser again, the non-foil version, Toka and Razor unsupervised. All right. I'll come with you at some fire here real quick. I think that Secret of the Use is incredibly overrated. I loved it when I was younger, but yeah. Anyway, Plague of Vermin, another Peter Laird and Jim Lawson, their artwork. And then Michelangelo, Weirdness 211, cutesy mythic foil there. Very, very nice. And then we've got a food token and a robot token. All right, we got 3 more packs left in this collector booster box. Are you going to be picking up any collector boosters? Are you going to be picking up any play boosters? You're just going to be playing in sealed events? You're going to shop for singles? Of course, all of these cards will be available as singles in Grognard Games, so check that out. You can check out our TCG Player account as well by heading over to grognardgames.com and clicking on the link. You'll see all of our inventory available on TCG Player, where you will be able to purchase for in-store pickup, or we'll ship it straight to your door. Pizza Face, nice. The Hinge Spots. Old Hob, very, very cool. Old Hob, of course, IDW, also in the, I can't remember exactly which year, but thousands era cartoon. Soul Ring, there you are. We got a Surge Foil Forest. Casey Jones, Vigilante. It's our first Casey Jones, isn't it? Ooh, we got a cool looking mythic back here. Dragon Skull Summit Land, and we got a Chromatic Lantern, very cool. The Turtles in Time reference there. Oh, look at that Brainstorm. That is fire. That foil treatment is really, really nice. Donatello, Gadget Master, and then we're finishing things up with the last Ronin art card. Of course, we got that card earlier. I think that was in our very first pack. What's your favorite iteration of the Turtles, right? You know, is it the old school cartoon? Is it one of the versions comic book, you know, whether it's Mirage or IDW, the short-lived Image series, which a lot of people deride, the Archie Comics series, which I always thought was really good, Frog Butler, Foot Ninjas, is it the movies? Let us know. Booze Spill, Donatello, Wayward Machine, Shredder's Armor, Marauding Mutagen, Acidic Slime, a Swamp Pizza. I think that means we have all the pizzas now. Armagon, Future Shark, The Ooze, Rootbound Crag, Peter Laird, Arcbound Ravager, Savante Romero, Time's Exile, a Demon Wizard, and then we got a food token with an Insect Warrior. Last pack, let's see. See if we can get any fire here. See if we can get any fire. Maybe some Surge Foil or a Super Shredder would be really cool. But all about it. Again, it's weird talking about some of these sets these days because people do have very strong feelings, and that's again, that's understandable, right? And people are allowed to feel the way that they feel, and they're allowed to speak with their wallet, and that's totally fine. We carry Magic, and we have Magic, and we're going to do pre-releases, and we're going to do the things, and the people that come hopefully enjoy it. Venus, Torn Between Worlds. There you go, Venus de Milo from the Next Mutation, which of course is the finest iteration of Ninja Turtles ever. No, it's not. From the Last Ronin's Technique. Leonardo, Leader in Blue. Look at how cute that is. We got a Thriving Isle, a Pizza Mountain, a Turncoat Kunoichi, and a Dimension X Pizzasaur. Crying Utram Warlord, which is actually decent little mythic there to pull. Can't be upset about that. Metallic Mimic, Turtles Forever, and then the Mutagen and Mutant card. So there you are. There's a collector booster box of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Magic the Gathering. It comes out tomorrow, Friday, February 27th. Of course, we have pre-release events at all 3 locations, as well as supply of plenty of product. So come on in, pick up what you're interested in, and we'll have these singles available as well. You can pre-order those on our TCG Player account, which you can find at grognardgames.com. Just click on that TCG Player link, and you'll be able to get access to these cards. So if you are interested in picking up any of these Ninja Turtles cards, by all means, head on over to grognardgames.com, click that TCG Player link, and we will ship them to your door. You can pick them up in store. All right, so that's all for me for right now. Thank you so much for joining me along for this radical tubular ride. And we will be back soon with more. In the meantime, take care of yourself, take care of one another, stay safe out there, and always roll responsibly.